Pernell Whitaker has a historical sense of what's happened before him, and certainly in the lightweight division, Jose Luis Ramirez is a figure to be admired and respected.
Yeah, he's earned it.
With this being Whitaker's 20th fight, the thought of fighting another 90 to catch up with Ramirez somehow must seem very foreign to Pernell Whitaker.
Now, don't lay out there. Snap it.
The combinations, a 5-punch combination that time by Pernell Whitaker. Again, a good look how Whitaker is turning his shoulder and walking away.
He's getting, Ramirez is getting a little bit closer now, Dan. I mean, maybe we're just kidding ourselves and looking to make this thing competitive, and it isn't. I mean, it's been a total shutout so far through 5 rounds. I mean, if there's any one of these judges who has any of these rounds, even for Ramirez, they should lose their license immediately and walk home.
I agree.
Another
low blow. Ooh, a pair of uppercuts by Whitaker. Neither one of them really landed solidly, but they both got through. Now again, we must remind you that even though Whitaker is having target practice with Ramirez, Ramirez doesn't show any outward signs of the beating that he's taking.
And that's really remarkable and a testament to his determination. And I mean, I know Pernell Whitaker, another low blow by Whitaker. I know Pernell Whitaker is wondering, you know, about his own punching power. I mean, here this guy has absorbed enough punches for 3 fights through 5 rounds.
Well, no one can ever question the chin of Ramirez, although Whitaker tried with those pair of flicking jabs that scored. Keep in mind, he has been knocked down, but Ramirez has never been knocked out. Has never been knocked out.
Never taken a 10 count.
Extraordinary. The key for Pernell Whitaker right now is to remain patient. He's winning this fight, we must assume, handily on the scorecard. He might be becoming frustrated and not really doing any more damage, Alex, but to get reckless would be a mistake.
Right. I think also a key is for him to make sure he paces himself and keeps his energy level up.
Oh, and a really, really solid left from Whitaker. We're going to stay between rounds. This fight is scheduled for 12. The bell will be the end of round 6, and we'll keep it here.
Not even breathing hard. I mean, as Pernell walks back to the corner, let's listen.
It's so beautiful out there.
Goddamn it. Man, you're doing it to death. That's perfect. Just keep doing what you're doing. Look, don't get careless. Don't get in no exchange with him. Don't let him suck you in or nothing. Do just what you're doing, right? That's the best boxing exhibition that I've seen in
Putting a hell of a show on. Robinson couldn't do as good as
They don't believe it.
Ray Robinson couldn't do as good as this, baby. You're
you
beautiful
just
out
keep
there.
doing. Don't even worry about knocking the guy out. You know, I like this better. You understand? Look, I don't know what the hell the referee's brave. That's a brave referee. He's letting this guy go. He should have stopped this fight a year ago.
Right up there.
But just keep
doing what you're doing.
Take a look at one of the many low blows that we talked about during this fight. Pernell Whitaker backing up and steps in there to the left hip of Ramirez, and there was no warning coming back that time from the referee.
We listened to Lou Duva and George Benton lead the Pernell Whitaker Cheering Society in the corner, and they're right. They don't have anything constructive to add other than you heard Benton say, don't get careless.
The Ramirez corner, the most constructive thing they could come up with was step on his foot, then hit him with your right. Which is an actual bit of strategy that was given to him in the corner.
A lunging combination by Ramirez didn't even come close. That's not going to be a knockdown. He pushed him down. You saw Whitaker's hand on the back of the head of Ramirez. I guess that evens it up. Both fighters have been down on the canvas once, but neither one was a knockdown.
Looking on, the junior welterweight champion, according to the IBF of the world, Meldrick Taylor, and some people think, ooh, he's reacting to Mark Breland in the picture as well. Members of the class of 1984 Olympians that have produced really some outstanding fighters. A lot of people, along with Evander Holyfield, who's here as well. A lot of people think that Whitaker and Meldrick Taylor would be one of the outstanding matchups that could be made. They're only separated by one weight division.
Although
I think it'll be a long time before it happens, and I think to make friends as good as those two fight, there'd have to be an awful lot of money on the line.
I couldn't agree more, and what we'll probably see before that would be Meldrick Taylor and Julio Cesar Chavez.
Which is the one that is supposed to happen early next year, and the one that I'm really looking forward to.
I'd like to see that my way.
The other fight that...
Pernell Whitaker hot-dogging a little bit. A little bit of you can't hit me, but I'll hit you.
And he just got hit with a right hook. What I was trying to make was the other fight that involves Pernell Whitaker is a fight with 130-pound champion and one of the top names in boxing, Azuma Nelson, who says he's going to move up and challenge Pernell, and that fight is scheduled for early next year as well.
We've moved inside the final minute of the 7th round. Jose Luis Ramirez just keeps pressing on. The results are the same. He's getting tagged in combination, but really doesn't look much different than he did in the first or the second round.
He did land a right hook, as we said earlier this round. Pernell.
Well, that's called wanting your cake and eating it too.
That's right.
Pernell Whitaker, who's bombed Ramirez with at least 10 low blows, backs up with an "how dare you do that to me" look on his face.
What are you thinking of, Jose? And he got a warning from the referee to Ramirez.
A lot of upper body movement by Whitaker rather than leg movement to avoid the blows. Comes back with combination and scores. End of 7 and nothing's changed. We're at it in the 8th round at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. This bout is for the WBC and the IBF lightweight title. Whitaker in the black, Ramirez in the red and the white. I'm Dan Deerdorf. Alex Wallow is alongside, and we have been watching quite a display by Pernell Whitaker as he has just dominated Jose Luis Ramirez from the opening bell.
I thought in the last round that Ramirez got a little bit closer with some power punches, and in the corner, George Benton and Lou Duva said, "Don't get careless. Don't get into exchanges." And here you see Ramirez picking it up a little bit. There. Whitaker making a move that generally had Ramirez missing badly. That time he scored. Wasn't a hard punch. Didn't do any damage, but it did score.
Whitaker that time tried to counter. He missed with it.
There you see Ace Murata, the cut man for Pernell Whitaker on the left. Lou Duva there, the white hair. George Benton, you can't see in your picture. On the other side, Lou Duva really says that he's the cheerleader. You hear him cheering. There's George Benton. He's the tactician, the man who's much quieter, much less media savvy, but George Benton really is the man who prepares the tactics and prepares the skills.
And Benton was a great Philadelphia fighter in his own respect, wasn't he, Alex? Now it's Pernell Whitaker doing more of a backward movement, displaying some of his earlier styles, but good counter combination by Whitaker. Ramirez being a little more aggressive, a little more open when he's coming in, having to take some chances as we're in the 8th round.
Even the punches that Jose has landed have not yet been hard ones. The reasons are twofold. The Whitaker movement keeps Ramirez from getting set and getting leverage on his punches, and Whitaker counter punches so well that Jose just doesn't want to commit to the punches because he knows he's going to get wrapped coming right back.
Well, Ramirez, when you've been a pro for 16 years, as he has, he knows when he's reached a point in a fight where he needs a knockout to win. And Jose Luis Ramirez certainly knows he's at that point now.
And it's pretty early to be talking that way, but I just cannot imagine that he needs a knockout of some 2- and 3-point rounds. I mean, we're only in round 8, but he's got to be behind at least 10-9 one-point rounds on every scorecard.
Finally, another warning from Chris Wallison to Pernell Whitaker to get the punches up after another low blow. This is the end of round 8. Here we are, the beginning of the 9th round. Our Schlitz Malt Liquor Professional Boxing Series our finale of the year. The much-awaited rematch between these two. They fought last year, March of 1988. Ramirez winning a very controversial decision. I think that option has been removed here today in Virginia. Pernell Whitaker, if you're just joining us from the beginning, has totally dominated Ramirez on our scorecard here at ringside, our unofficial scorecard. He's pitching a shutout.
There are not too many fighters in the world who would not be discouraged by the beating they've taken outside of a Jose Luis Ramirez. The fact that he's still trying, in the face of everything he's been through with the death of his trainer and manager just a couple of weeks ago, and everything he's been through in the ring today is just a testament to what